for those who are not aware, Lockout is releasing to the general public in a couple days, like a week. It's kind of ridiculous. I've spent so long on this project. I think I'm at like 236 hours, which is crazy on this. But yeah, we're releasing fully to the general public. Levels 1 and 2 are going to be out, so we're just kind of taking a preview, going around, looking at what's new in Season 2. And then just taking a look around home base, everything's pretty much the same, except for a couple notable additions. There are these little different colored blocks. Each one, if you take a look at them, is a creator that I collabed with. So SW Chaza123 was the first creator I collabed with. 12th Soul is up here. Stumber Live is up here. And then very recently, Dig TV is up here. So there's a little parkour area in the original, like in your home base, that I think is pretty cool, and it's a good homage, in my opinion, to the creators. So there's that. There's these barrels here, which say speed boost, resistance, jump boost, and strength boost. You can unlock permanent beacon effects to aid you on your runs of the dungeon, which I think is pretty useful. I think that's a great feature. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And then if you come over into the shop, everything is pretty much as it was, except for this. Join the Lockout Hall of Fame. 64 lapis pieces, one-time purchase. If you put 64 lapis in here, you will be entered into the Lockout Hall of Fame, and that'll be in a build coming probably in Season 3 or 4. But yeah, with that being said, let's check out the dungeon. Let's do a couple runs, see what's new. The leather armor is all still the same. Same strategy as usual. Take 4 clocks. I'll flip through. This is the Welcome to Lockout book. Play the game the way it's meant to be played. It's not that complicated. So yeah, with that being said, oh wait, let me grab a sword so I can make my way into the dungeon, and then I'll show you what's new in level 1 of the dungeon, because there's quite a bit. Level 1 has had some massive updates. Just coming into here, this all looks the same. This central area is pretty much the same. You can see some trapdoors on the ground. Okay, I was gonna say if that clock wasn't working. You can see these, not trapdoors, pressure plates. Good job, pause. On the ground. These things are a little bit deadly. I won't show you what they do, but just maybe be a little careful. Please don't let me die to a skeleton. Thank you. Thank you, game. But yeah, the dungeon is as deadly as ever, if not more so. And I think that makes it pretty fun. One thing you will see that's a little change in level 1 of the dungeon is that there's now like light emanating from up where the up where you need to go to get the Spore Blossom. There's light there which draws your eye towards it, which, in theory at least, will help you be able to see better, and help you kind of remember that you need to go get the Spore Blossom. Level 1, the goal of it is still the same. You have to get the Spore Blossom to unlock the end, not the end, to unlock the door back to the home base. So you need that Spore Blossom to get out of here. Alright. Parkour. You'll notice there's a Spore Blossom up here, there's a frog light on top of it, and then this button, same as usual, well, different color than usual, but same generally as usual. Spore Blossom obtained. Alright. So, as usual, when you get your Spore Blossom, you come back over here, punch it in, or not punch it in, toss it in, and then you get kicked out of the dungeon. 3 redstone blocks go in there to signify that you've got a completion, and you're back out into the main area. Nothing's changed with the door. You just throw the key in. Did you use any command blocks? I did not. No command blocks whatsoever. This is completely vanilla. Well, command blocks are vanilla, but you know what I mean. Alright, anyway. Entering into level 2, there's this little passageway, and then you can see a drop you've got to jump across that gap. You can see there's like a ladder and some dripstone and chains at the bottom. You got to jump across that, and immediately you're in level 2. And this is level 2. It's amazing. And right in front of my eyes, this trap activates. It's significantly more difficult to get through here now when this Prismarine has been retracted. I will tell intelligent gamers... Oh, there are Vexes. There are Vexes. I'm immediately on the run. I will tell intelligent gamers that the Prismarine blocks in the floor are triggered by the clock system. So basically, when you run out of time in the dungeon, those blocks retract, and it just makes your journey a little harder to get to. So basically, the way level 2 plays is there are 3 rooms that you want to check every time you go into level 2. You want to check in this room, this like underwater garden kind of thing. And you can see there's nothing super interesting in there. You can also hear a warden, which is funny to me, but also terrifying. You want to check in this room, and here is where the magic happens. Because, let me wait for the darkness effect to fade. Can I speedrun this when it comes out? Absolutely. You can do whatever you want with this when it comes out. Okay. So, if you see... I'm turning off darkness pulsing. So that I can show this off. I'm turning off darkness pulsing. Okay. Okay. So you can see there is an Elder Guardian, and you can't really access the room yet unless you press this button, and then you kind of just have to run in, and you see this sea lantern on the ground. Wait, did I killed him. I won. I won. Chat, I won. Okay. So that gives me time to explain how this works. This sea lantern drops in 3 locations, and this room is one of them. The room I showed off earlier is one of them. The underwater garden. Let me come back into here. This is one of them, and then there's this almost underwater temple. Yeah, people can just take... So you have to go to one of these 3 rooms every time the game starts. Every time you unlock the doors to level 2, another Elder Guardian and Sea Lantern are dropped into the dungeon. And what you do with this Sea Lantern is you go through here. There are a lot of Guardians in here. It gets very disorienting. So, I'm sorry for that. Ooh, an emerald up here. And then, if you see, there's this giant trident on the ground in here. You have to go over to that, and you have to toss the Sea Lantern into there, and then you see this thing over here opens up, and you can drop down, maybe run from the Vexes, because some Vexes spawn to chase you. And then if you come up this bubble column, it's intentionally disorienting, and then you come down through here, you enter into level 3. Because I've built a little bit of level 3. And complete with a Ravager, and a lot of lava, and if you look over there, there's Lapis, which is how you get into the Lockout Hall of Fame. So, this looks... The only reason to come to level 3 would be to collect your Lapis piece, and then what you do is you come over here, drop down through here, and back to level 2 you go. Basically, level 2 is pretty big, and you'll also realize that the loot in level 2 is significantly better than the loot in level 1, which is intentional. But, like, you can get gold blocks as loot. I have a ridiculous amount of them right now. You can get emeralds as loot. You can get golden carrots as loot. To get out of level 2 successfully, you've got to run back across here. You can see more Vexes come out. And then your path is pretty blocked. I'll be honest. Ow! Your path is pretty blocked to get out of level 2. It's intentionally very dangerous. Honestly, I'm just gonna full send this. The soul sand slows you down, and I died on a stalagmite. If I will just say there's a wishing well somewhere in level 1 that grants you the regen, the words pause, that grants you regeneration if you find it. So if you find the wishing well, you can get some pretty sweet rewards from it. Noon Eastern release of Lockout as a world download in the Season 2 YouTube video. That's how I'm going to release it. And then I'm going to be doing a hopefully, super long stream, starting hopefully around 4 p.m. Eastern, but I don't know about that. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's definitely going to be an hour and a half, like, base stream length. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit longer. I'm gunning for up to 4 hours if I can get that. I want to do a super long stream, celebrate the release, and I've got big stuff planned.